everyone. So obviously I am out in my forest, or our local forest. One of my goals this summer is to climb a mountain. So I've been trying to build up to that by kind of jogging, running up this trail. It's not really steep, but it goes uphill for a long time. And I've been slowly getting a little bit faster and stronger, and my knees hurt less the more I do it. So we're getting there. But in July, unless lockdown stops me, I am going to Edinburgh for a tattoo. And on the way, I'm headed down a little bit near the Cairngorms, actually more towards Loch Lomond area. And I'm climbing a mountain. At least that's the goal. It's not a huge one or anything, but I want to work up to it. So what's been happening this June? A lot has been happening. I've been exercising more, I've been eating a little bit better, and trying to work on projects that really bring me joy. I am done with my commission list. I'm working on personal work, usual YouTube videos and tutorials, and Patreon tutorials and streams. But I thought for June's vlog, I would show you a little painting and maybe a couple hikes, but you know, the usual behind the scenes stuff. And maybe we'll have a little chat later on. So I hope you enjoy. All right, bye. Well, there's Bow Fiddle Rock, or where Bow Fiddle Rock usually is. And, you know, I've actually never seen it like this, so it's kind of cool. But we were trying to show Wolfie's mum, and we'll have to try another day. In Scotland, we call this a wee bit o' a haar, and it happens when warm air passes over the cold North Sea. Some of you may have heard me mention on social media that Floki has finally been neutered and chipped, which means he can legally go outside and play in the wild. But we are keeping him in the courtyard and inside just for a little while he heals, but he's doing great, and I'm so excited for his new chapter. Vader has been loving the warmer weather. Well, partially. A lot of times I find him lounging in the shade because I think his black fur gets really hot. But I know he's been loving being outside even more because it's been less harsh weather. It means he can stay outside for a really long time. We've been going on more and more walks, so each weekend we try to pick a new place, or at least something that we haven't seen quite so often, and go explore. I've been getting tons of inspiration. I have so many ideas for projects, but the problem I'm running into is that it's just so beautiful out that I want to go explore constantly, and I'm like, where do I find the time to actually sit down to paint? So I need to be more disciplined, and even if the weather is nice, I just need to sit in my studio or paint in my courtyard and just get the brush miles in. Let's have a little chat. Oh, this is like the most unflattering angle though. Ugh. Let's pretend this is not... No, we're being kind to ourselves. I look good. Hey everyone, I'm here with my best friend, the camera. No, I'm kidding. But I do use this little camera like every single day, so we're good buddies. I'm here in my little studio painting a large gouache forest scene. And actually, by the time you see this vlog, you will probably have already seen this video that I'm working on. Let me show you. So this is the first layer, and it's very, very messy and wonderful. This is very diluted gouache, almost like watercolor. And once that dries, I will start building up all the details and the depth and everything. I thought you guys could join me while I paint a little bit and we'll just have a little chat. It has been raining nonstop for 2 days. So I'm trying to embrace this time inside. I've been editing a lot. I've been planning future videos, but I've also been painting a lot. As I mentioned in last month's vlog, I have been taking a little break from streaming to just wrap up a ton of commissions and taxes and a lot of personal stuff that's been happening. And I honestly didn't realize how much I needed a break from streaming until I did it. I'm gonna get real with you guys. For years, since I started my painting journey, I've been streaming every week, basically, unless I was on like vacation or sick. And I identified as a streamer who also did art. And now I'm in this new mental state or this way of being where I'm an artist who sometimes streams, or at the moment not streaming. And it is so drastically different. For me, that mental shift has been very difficult because, you know, it was part of my identity. And I also felt so much responsibility to my community, my streaming community. But over time, I kind of realized my streaming community spans much further and much more than just being in my stream chat. Like, a lot of people in my stream come hang out in Discord. They also watch my YouTube videos. They chat with me on Instagram. I don't know, like, it's just so much more than stream. And since I've actually taken this break, it's been a few weeks now, I realized I didn't lose that connection. I still have people hanging out in my Discord and messaging me on all the different platforms and commenting on my videos and like having a conversation. And like nothing has really changed, except I do feel like I'm still holding on to a lot of guilt for not streaming. And the only reason I'm talking about this is because, I don't know, maybe someone else out there is in the same boat or is beginning their streaming journey, and you know, maybe in a few years you might be in this situation. Like, I have been wanting to for so long to break free of feeling constrained by my stream. Like, I'm really trying to come at my painting career from a professional level, and I love making videos, so that's been like my main focus for a while now. Of course, one other thing that comes from this is I'm able to really focus on projects. Before, like for a really long time, I would hold off on working on something until my stream day, which is so unhealthy as an artist. Like, I would get super inspired about something and I would be like, oh my God, I have to paint that. Oh, wait, no, I should wait until I stream. And I would stop myself. And then, you know, I could lose momentum or I could just like totally forget about it altogether. But I didn't notice it for a long time. And then eventually it kind of hit me. And I was like, why am I doing that? So then I started to paint way more offline. And the more I did that, the more I realized, wow, I do such better work offline. I'm able to focus, I'm able to be more playful and creative and start and stop a painting whenever I feel like it, instead of like, oh, I have to sit here and paint for 4 hours straight, otherwise people are going to get bored, or, you know, like things like the whole streaming thing. And anytime I want to paint outside, I go and paint outside, which I used to hold off on doing. If you are someone who has been following me for a long time, with especially my streams, you've probably noticed all these differences and these changes that I've been going through. And now you kind of know why, I guess. Now you get a little more insight into that. Now, I never say never, and I never say always, if you know what I mean. Like, this might change completely. In a month, who knows what I'll be feeling. Maybe I'll want to stream every single day. I doubt it, because that would be super overwhelming. But I finally feel like I'm in a good place with my art, my mental health, the way I approach my art, and the way I approach sharing content. Because I have to admit, for a very long time, I got super obsessed with sharing. Like, I would make something, and in this next second I was like, oh, I have to take photos and I have to post it on Instagram, or oh, I have to share it with everyone in the stream communities, and just it was like constant. And now I like paint something and I step away from it for a while, and then the next day I take photos, and then maybe I share it. But it's so much more calm. Know how crazy the algorithm is these days, and how much it reinforces being constantly plugged in and constantly creating new things and constantly sharing those new creations, and taking a step back and giving yourself room to process and really look and create things that you have no intention of sharing. Now that I'm doing that, I feel so much better, so much stronger, so much healthier mentally and emotionally. So I'd love to know if anyone else out there goes through this. I always overthink everything, so I'm not surprised that this stuff is just like always on my mind. And okay, so I've been painting painting off and on for about 4 hours. I keep taking breaks because otherwise my back gets really bad. And I've made pretty good progress. Still basically working on the background. I'll show you. So still quite a long ways to go. But I was actually thinking about what I was talking about earlier. For a really long time, I was building my Patreon while I kept streaming and doing commissions and all the other projects, but also I started making Skillshare classes, and I was trying to do one a month, but it was really hard to do that. But then eventually, with the continued YouTube videos, the Skillshare classes, and I don't know what else, everything else, eventually my Patreon overtook like streaming income and other things, to the point where I could step away from streaming and other projects more and focus more attention on giving back to my Patreon supporters. So it was really only because my increased Patreon support and my Skillshare income and some of the YouTube income, I have a lot of sources of income. They're all kind of like spread out. But through those, I realized I could actually, for the first time ever, pump the brakes on streaming and not rely on streaming for income. Now, whatever I make through streaming, which is very little, is just like bonus to me. It's like, oh, I can buy some art supplies, or maybe it buys groceries or something. And it became less of a need and more of a fun thing to do. And I loved that feeling, like that feeling of freedom. It was incredible because I had wanted that for so long. I'm still getting used to the fact that I have the freedom to do that. It still astonishes me. Like, I am blown away by the fact that so many people support me and give me that freedom. So thank you all from the very, very bottom of my heart to the top of my heart. It means so much to me that you are here, that you support me in all the ways you do, and you're allowing me to make changes in my life that I think are making my life better. And I hope I can continue to put out high quality content that inspires other people or teaches other people, and just helps other people follow their own dreams. So yeah, this was a lot of talking. Through the magic of video editing, I will now take you on a little adventure. Enjoy.